These are the moments that we live for in life. The moments on no matter what you're doing, you're having fun doing it, and everybody around you is doing the same. I'm now going to tell you 3 major points that I feel y'all should know about my road trip. First, the initial leave out of our hometown. Second, the visiting of my grandma's hometown. And third, the main event of the whole road trip. First off, the trip consisted of me, my grandma, my sister, and my uncle. On our way out of Texas, we decided to stop at 2 cities that we really have never been to before. First, Paris, Texas. But when people think of Paris, they think of Paris, France. But we have one of those in Texas. And also, when people think of Paris, they think of Eiffel Tower. And we also have one of those in Texas. It's just not as big, and it's a little replica. Which is, I know it's a long shot for me to even be going to Paris, France. So it's still kind of cool to be able to see a little part of it and experience it. Second, the Texarkana, which is 2 states and 1 city. Which one second you could be in Texas, the other second you can be in Arkansas. Which is a very cool experience on who else really, I mean, people have done it before, but it's still a cool thing to say that you've done. Even though Texas is my home state and I love it and die for it, but it's time for me to explore more of our U.S. Get it out of the box. On our way to our main event, we stopped in a little town called Little Rock, which really isn't little, but it's a big city, and I've been to big cities before. It's nothing great. What could be in this one? The thing I didn't know is this is where my grandma was raised, and it was her hometown. So we got to see where she lived, all of her schools that she's been to, and the simple environment that she was in. Also, what I didn't know was the Bill Clinton library was there. So it's kind of seeing how the president had his goals and roles, and see all his stuff that he was accomplished in, and see an Oval Office replica and what he wrote in. It's kind of cool and neat to see a little part of presidency. Yeah, Little Rock was surprising and didn't expect it at all, but I was ready for the main event, which was Memphis, Tennessee. Right when we got to Memphis, Tennessee, we stopped and stayed at a hotel called the Heartbreak Hotel, which is kind of a cool name, but once you walk into the inside, it's a very culture shock. It puts you back into the 50s. It's like the furniture, the floors, and it's just a very different change to what we have now and to what it was back then. After a night's rest, we woke up and visited everything Elvis Presley. Going to his house, which is a 2-story house on a 10-acre land, which is beautiful, and I recommend everyone go see that. And how many cars he has owned, which is about 30, and of course all of them are nice, knowing that he's Elvis Presley. And all of that stuff that he visited it was simply amazing to see how a superstar lived his life and what he did and his accomplishments in his life. On the ride home, I reminisced about all the things we did on this trip, which was leaving the hometown, going to see my grandma's hometown, and the main event, which was Memphis, Tennessee. I recommend everyone go visit this on your next road trip. You won't be sad about it. It's simply amazing seeing all these towns and just really exploring the U.S. in a different standpoint, and not just Texas where we boxed in. So if you don't get the chance, well, maybe next time, but it's your loss. Thank you.